Elmira, I'm 23, I'm studying industrial engineering, and since 2019 I am the committee member of Allmandring1.
Hello, I'm Eric Lebetkin. I'm studying Business Informatics and Digital Media. I'm 23 years old, and since 2020 I'm also a committee member.
During this hard time of Corona, where your activities have been limited with the outside world,
you can entertain yourself in the media room, train in the training room, or build something up in the metal room, workshop room, and other rooms.
Yes. Everybody here in Allmandring1 comes from a different part of the world.
We are a big community, and not even more a community, but more likely a family.
Exactly. During this time where you're a resident here, we take care of each other and we're there for you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So during this pandemic, I've been doing a few things. My hobbies would be reading novels and solving puzzles. Also, I've been doing yoga, and I've been taking up a few online skills, which is kind of helpful for my academic purposes. So I've been keeping myself busy during this pandemic, and it's been nice.
I did in my lockdown is nothing much. I came to India in March after my first semester break. I thought that I will spend some time with my friends and roam around here, nearby places. But due to COVID-19 pandemic, I got stuck here because I was locked down in India. And how was my lockdown? It was okay, not so good, not so bad. Like, to be on the positive side, I spent some quality time with my family because everyone was at home due to lockdown. I learned a lot of things from my mom. I used to help my grandmother in gardening. Yeah, but like it was then basic routine. I used to attend online classes and submit my exercise. And the worst thing was like I thought that when I will return back to Germany in April after 1 month, I will roam around in Stuttgart and explore new places in spring because it was my first spring there. But unfortunately, I got stuck here in India due to lockdown.
During this lockdown, I learned a lot of things. So I always love about cars and automobiles. So I took a course on Coursera, and it was for around 2-3 weeks. So I had some time to spare apart from my master classes. So I learned that. I used to gather my friends. I used to cook together. I used to learn new recipes. So that was a good thing.
I didn't do actually much during the Corona time because I still had 2 exams from the last semester which are postponed because of Corona, so I was kind of studying for them still. And except for that, I improved a little bit, like in some specific area, my programming skills because of my research project. Yeah, I had to do it somehow, sometime. So I thought Corona time is a good chance to do it. And yeah, I was watching a lot of movies, I would say.
I watched most of the movies in my list and started cooking good food. I gained a lot of weight.
My main 3 hobbies during Corona lockdown were cycling, running, and improving my German skills. So for cycling, I have found very nice trails just around Stuttgart city, especially for downhill biking if you're interested in. And for running, I have found very nice path just around the campus, around the 3 lakes that we have, Neuersee, Pfaffensee, and Bärensee. And for improving my German skills, I have found very nice YouTube channels that I can improve my German skills, especially Umgangssprache.
Well, I was at home with my family. I had some time to read books, which I usually don't have, and I also spent some time for university, and I discovered cycling for me.
So during my lockdown, I actually learned the guitar. I had learned it before, lost touch, bought a new guitar, got back with it. And yeah, most of the time Netflix, sleep. I guess that's pretty much. Painted for a bit, sketched a bit. Yeah, rediscovered cooking again. So all those Instagram posts of new dishes. Yeah, so it's been interesting.
Well, I'm still doing the same, all day home, doing university and work at the same time.
One thing that changed for me after the lockdown was that, like everyone else, I spent quite a lot of time by myself, and I took to writing and reading. And yeah, the woods behind Almandring in the lake definitely helped. So overall, it's been pleasant, and I feel lucky enough to have had it not so rough as many other people.
During this corona times, I've tried to stay positive by keeping myself busy. So I rejuvenated my old hobbies like singing, uh, and I started a new hobby that is playing ukulele. I learned that instrument, and I also love painting, so I got stuff to do that. And apart from this, I also had some work, so office work, so I used to do that from home. And moreover, I try to stay positive by staying emotionally connected to myself, and I got more time to talk to my folks back in India and stay connected with them too, which I think was not so much possible during the non-corona times.
In the initial days of the lockdown, I was in my room. I was not knowing what to do, and I started to think, what should I do in those times? So I like singing basically. So I downloaded a karaoke app and started singing, and I enjoyed the lockdown by singing in the karaoke app.
So I started working out in the gym a lot more here in Allmandring, and I also went out into the nature a lot more. And the last thing that I started doing, but I kind of stopped with it pretty quickly, was relearning Spanish.
I didn't learn more for university. I played more video games, I read a lot, and I also started to go jogging, and I drove my bicycle much more than before.
Hey, so during lockdown I mostly stayed home. All my plane tickets were cancelled, so I just stayed here in Stuttgart. Mostly doing nothing, going out just for groceries or walking sometimes when the weather was good. It wasn't that easy, I have to say, but yeah, it was okay. It was a good break from everything.
During Corona time, I really liked to train at home. It was a great way to stay healthy and trained, also because I love cooking and baking, so I had somehow to compensate this. At the same time, I love to still be in touch with my friends, with my family, because this was making me feel nice and loved.
Before the lockdown started, I was taking an intensive German course, but then it was shifted to online classes, and after that I tried to learn German by myself, but at least I learned some new vocabulary. Also, I try new cook recipes and new dishes from pages or applications that I just found.
I did was mostly learn new stuff because I have a lot of time, and I also went to the gym regularly, so I started to work out regularly and also learn new technologies because I'm computer science, so I learned new stuff. So it was all about using your time positively. And yeah, for me it was really hard because I'm a person who likes to go out and meet people, but we cannot do that during Corona. So yeah, I learned some new stuff, and yeah, started to make myself more fit.
I have a new hobby. I started with yoga. I also start running more, like spending more time outside during this quarantine.
Well, I watched a lot of series. More than I probably should have.
Due to the corona pandemic, my semester shifted nearly 5 weeks, so I decided I go to the work at my hometown. I worked as an electrician for nearly 4 weeks, and during that time I also learned at home. After my studying started, I came back to Allmandring. It was at the beginning quite weird and frustrating to be so isolated, But shortly after, I got my life under control, got shaping of my everyday life and my daily routine. So it went all pretty well. And beside this, I went also out, go play basketball for my ball handling, or walking around, go to the gym under the hygiene measures, or just going cycle.
Patient with myself and try to do some meditation.
I've learned that anything related to health must be taken serious always.
I spend more time knowing myself and I think a lot about what to do next, and I had a lot of time to think what should be done in the upcoming days.
I have higher hopes for humanity right now. Well, I've noticed that we have, as a collective, started talking more about the issues in the lifestyle that we have chosen for our societies, and especially in the field of how we interact and exchange with our environment in a sense of sustained development. And there have been quite a number of discussions in this field.
The thing that I've learned is to help each other whenever it's a very hard time, and try to save our life, save people's life in just any way possible. So we make sure that we take care of each other. These are difficult times when we all should help each other. So it's not the fact that you're trying to save your family, it's the pandemic situation, so you try to help anybody possible, and this feeling is something I've learned.
For me personally, I just learned that I can take more time for normal stuff, also for myself, and just enjoying life. That's actually a really important thing.
The lockdown. So first of all, I learned that you do not always have to go to the club to have fun, to have a good time. You can look for other things that you want to do and just enjoy, find new hobbies. Yeah, see ya.
You don't have to go out every evening to be happy. Home is also a very nice place where you can do a lot of things.
Focus on what really matters for me, what is making me feel happy, and set the goals that I will focus on and follow also when we will be back to normality, and we will start to be overwhelmed with 1,000 things to do. Priorities first.
I started the habit of reading. I never was a reader and I never used to read new books, but now I also started to read new books and started to cook new stuff and learn new things.
I learned that sometimes we forget what is important, and there are so many great things that are in our lives and we don't really pay attention to them. There are maybe people that we're not paying enough attention to, and we are daily so stressed and so caught up in our work, in our studies, that we don't really think about those little but very important things. So I learned to appreciate them.
I think it showed you the importance of the interaction between the people, also the self-isolation destroying you over the time, so my opinion. And also it was a nice time to find to yourself and destroy your inner pig dog. So it's a German quote, but I hope you get it.
I didn't learn anything specific, I have to say. I tried to learn to paint, but that wasn't successful. But I learned some life lessons, and that's more important than everything. And the first thing, I think, we simply take everything for granted, and that's not the case. Even the ability of going out, which seems normal actually, could be taken from us at any time. That's why we have to appreciate everything we have.
I can barely imagine of any kind of positive effects that Corona lockdown had on me. However, I can say right now that I can cook some Persian traditional dishes that I could never imagine that I am capable of cooking them. and also making this kind of videos for you guys in the channel. I could never imagine that I will do one day something like that, but right now we are doing it. So find your talent, stay safe, stay strong, mach's gut, ciao ciao.